I'm really excited to share something very special. This week I got to sit down with JJ Moore from JJ Moore Dance Studio to talk about Light, Heavy, Light. This is a beautiful performance directed by JJ, featuring some amazing young talent here in Halton region. And what's even more awesome is that all the proceeds are going to the Lighthouse for Grieving Children. So let's jump in and hear all about it.
Hello, my name is Melissa JJ Moore, and I'm super excited to talk to you about Light, Heavy, Light. This is a show that I created 8 years ago now, and I heard a podcast that actually really inspired me by Rob Bell, and that podcast is actually called Light, Heavy, Light. And I heard the podcast and I imagined movement to the podcast, and I chopped it up and I made a 3-act show. When I first opened this training program 8 years ago, it was really important to me that the kids did something annually that was connected to a local charity. So the perfect fit was the Lighthouse for Grieving Children. And as November is Children's Grief Awareness Month, we have been connected for the last 8 years, and all of our ticket sales go to the Lighthouse for Grieving Children.
Hi, I'm Riley.
Hi, I'm Nicholas.
Hi, I'm Monica.
And we're grade 12 students at JJ Dance Arts.
Hi, my name is Antoinette. I've been at JJ Dance Arts for 5 years, and I'm super excited because upcoming this November is Light, Heavy, Light.
Light, Heavy, Light is a 3-act show, and it displays 3 acts. The first one being Light, which is all about the side of social media and how it can show more like dark sides of social media.
The first act is about joyness, like happiness, and naiveness, like before you go through something. The second act is heaviness, and it's like the sadness, or like when it's like grief almost.
Mainly it's just about how it's like the impacts of society and what it is to be human, and how it's mainly just how we kind of feel like the dark side of like either social media, hard experiences in life, how we all have struggles, and how it kind of just like can snowball and we can feel like we're stuck in like a heavy part of life.
And then once you go all the way through the second act, the heaviness, you make it to the third act, which is light again, but it's a different kind of like lightness and happiness. It's like once you've been through everything else, you know, like true happiness and stuff.
And it's like we can get through things, we can work together, and there is like a nice little light at the end of the tunnel, and how we can kind of move towards this feeling of peace where it's like we're not perfect, we go through struggles, but we don't have to wallow in it, and we can be kind of successful in our own ways.
I don't have a personal connection with the Lighthouse, but what I do have is this understanding that when a student in this studio space feels safe to be vulnerable and themselves, in that same moment, they literally shed something that's holding them back, and like they grow a bit taller. And when I first 8 years ago did a tour at the Lighthouse, when I was exploring what charity to be connected with, it resonated with me how they have created this very, very like special, sacred space for kids in an incredibly tender moment to be safe and tell the truth about their difficulty and be seen. And I could see that this place was vital for kids to heal from their sadness. And I also learned that the Lighthouse only functions based on community support. It's not funded by the government because the government doesn't recognize grief as mental illness. So events like this are the reason the Lighthouse can keep going, of events and sponsors and donations and community support. And then I guess one thing that I've also been thinking about lately that I heard, I guess, on a podcast is that there's no such thing as other people's children. And I couldn't agree more. And you either go about everything that, you know, everyone matters and we're responsible for each other, or we're not. And when a family is in a really difficult moment and they're struggling, the way they get through is from everyone coming around and surrounding them and supporting them forward. If you attend this show, you are going to be helping people that you will never meet. And it's a beautiful way to acknowledge Children's Grief Awareness Month and also support the arts, and like just a beautiful effort of something that is artistic and dance and essentially to support kids. The show is happening November 23rd and 24th. We have 3 performances, the 23rd at 7 p.m. We have a matinee on the 24th at 11 a.m. and then a final show at 7 p.m. on the 24th. The matinee is actually so exciting. We have about 200 kids coming on a field trip to come see the performance. The link to get your tickets can be found at our Instagram page, so JJ Dance Arts, and you'll see the link in our bio, and I really hope to see you there.